you should not pick a niche. Now that's going against everything I've probably said before, it goes against all the gurus and whatnot. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you're new around here, consider dropping a like, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell. It really does help me out with the algorithm and whatnot, and in turn I can actually, you know, reach more people, spread my message to more people, spread that positivity, spread that love, and it ultimately basically impact more people as I go along on my entrepreneur journey. In today's video, I'm going to break down exactly why I believe you should be embracing the chaos before you start streamlining and stripping back business. Now, with that being said, guys, there's this one question that everybody asks me, and that is, Montel, should I pick a niche or should I niche down? It's always that niche down question. Now, I personally have fought over this question so many times, guys, and I believe at the start you should not pick a niche. Now that's going against everything I've probably said before, it goes against all the gurus and whatnot. And here's why, guys. If you really take a look at some people's journeys, and I'm talking like the gurus, the top guys in social media marketing and SMMA and stuff like that, take a look at how they started, guys. They all started in I'm talking like before they were making any good money with social media marketing. They was in different niches offering different services. Now, I believe that, you know, when it comes to streamlining your business and scaling from 6 figures to 7 figures, you 100% are going to need to pick a niche, guys. You're going to need to strip back your services too, to only offer like one, absolute two at the absolute maximum. And even then, that's going to be like hell, so you probably just want to keep one service. But guys, I'm talking at the very beginning of your actual SMMA journey. I believe you shouldn't pick a niche. The reason being is because you need to embrace the chaos first and actually make it to that 10K per month mark first, and then maybe scale back so you can actually go forward. Now, what I mean by that, guys, is what's the point trying to be a specialist in one niche if you're not actually a specialist in any niche yet? What you need to do is figure out what niche you actually like at the start. It's kind of like going to I'm pretty sure you guys have been to like Chinese buffets at restaurants and whatnot, and there's all a bunch of like food you've never tried before, and you just start trying stuff because you've never even heard of the names. Like me, for example, when I go to Chinese buffets, I just start picking up stuff and putting it on my plate, seeing what things are, testing out different things, seeing what works for me, seeing what I actually like, and essentially I then pick the things that actually work. Now, if this business of yours is more of a lifestyle business, then you might want to pick something that actually works, because this is the business that's going to fund your lifestyle, and you're going to need that money to invest into other businesses, for example. So me with my agency, as much as I love my agency and whatnot, and I love SMMA, I'm just completely sold on the whole idea of it. I believe that my agency is more of a business that's going to get me to that 10K per month mark, and then I can obviously probably scale even further past that to that 40K per month mark. I'm obviously not going to cap it intentionally. If it grows past that, then great, but I'm not looking to scale this to like a you know, $1 trillion company or some stupidness like that. But essentially, guys, what I'm trying to say is that I believe in my agency just going to be one of those businesses that is a kind of like a cash flow business, so I can invest into other stuff like real estate, maybe start my own e-commerce businesses like clothing lines and whatnot, that sort of stuff, because I've always wanted my own clothing line. If you look back at my channel, one of my first ever videos, I mentioned that I want to start a clothing line and whatnot. But essentially, guys, I believe my agency is going to be that business that's going to generate that cash for me, so I can invest into passion projects, such as maybe starting my own, you know, e-learning, like a real e-learning company, for example. That would be, you know, my ideal goal, really, realistically. But essentially, guys, if you think about it, if you really look into the lives and actually follow some of these gurus, at the very start, they were in different niches, they were offering different services, and they still made it to that 10K per month mark. Now, if you take a look at their journey, they've almost lost the mentality and the what it was like to be a beginner, basically. So they're all teaching you to be highly systemized, highly streamlined, this thing and that thing. The only problem is that they didn't start off like that. They had to go through the trenches, as in go through multiple niches, offer different services to understand that in order to scale, they need to, either delegate that, eliminate that, or automate that in some way, shape or form, guys. Again, if you really look at other people, like the top dudes in the SMMA industry, they all started with embracing the chaos. And what I mean by embrace chaos is they probably had headache days where they were managing one client in this niche offering one service, and they was managing another client offering this service in that niche, and they had no real systems in their business. So I believe, guys, we should be embracing the chaos at the very start and then niching down once we found something that actually works. Because I mean, and I'll give you a real life example here. I was in the dental niche. If you look back on my channel, I documented all that sort of stuff. I was in the dental niche and I realized that I didn't actually like the dental niche once I had clients. Now, I don't know if it was just my client or whatnot, but or the people that I talked to in the dental niche, but I noticed that the people in the dental niche, like the actual doctors and the dentists, they were, I wouldn't say they were rude people, but because I don't know what it is, but I just feel like because they went to school and they had to go to dentistry school and whatever the fuck it's called basically, and they got like a swanky degree, I feel like they thought they were better than everybody else, and it kind of talked down on you. Now that just might be my own personal opinion. Again, take everything I'm saying here with a grain of salt, guys, but that's just the kind of feeling I got from those doctor type people in the healthcare industry. I just feel like they feel like they're above everybody else, and they're high and mighty just because they've got some sort of degree and whatnot. That's my own personal opinion. I actually do believe that that's why I don't like that industry, because guys, I actually spoke to some really rude people. The client I was working with was not rude at all. They was very nice. I just feel like the industry is it's full of like, I don't know, I just feel like it's full of like really snobbyish people that think they're at the top because they're a dentist and they're a doctor essentially. But again, that's a rant for another story. But essentially, guys, what I'm trying to get you to understand here is that I did the whole niching down thing at the very start and tried to position myself as an authority figure in one niche. And guys, when I was in a dental niche, I was positioning myself as a expert in that field, when realistically I wasn't an expert. I was just saying I was an expert, but I mean, what really makes an expert anyway, to be fair with you? And most of the people that you call experts, or the mentors that you actually look up to, they are experts, of course, but the only reason why they're experts is because they threw shit at a wall until something stuck, guys. That's the thing I'm trying to say to you. You need to go out and start throwing shit at a wall until something sticks, and then double down or triple down on that one thing that actually works for you. Most of the time, the gurus out there that like top 1%, all they did is throw shit at a wall for a long period of time until something stuck. And obviously something's going to stick after a fucking 5, 10, 15 years. Of course something's going to stick. Then they, hone down and triple down on that one thing, and now they're seen as an expert and an authority figure in that particular niche because they've actually put in the work to become an expert. And that's how these experts are actually built. So guys, what I believe is we should be going out there, embracing the chaos, throwing shit at a wall, just going ham on the outreach, going ham on trying to offer a service to dish niche, see what the market feedback is. If it's not the correct market feedback, then try another niche. Start just trying a bunch of shit, guys. Now, with that being said, there's a very fine line between doing hard work and smart work and just dumb work. Dumb work is like you're trying 10 different niches and you're not really testing them each thoroughly. What I'm talking about here is you kind of want to treat it like an experiment. Test like maybe 1 to 2 niches at a time, just to see which one gives you the best feedback, best response, see which one's working. Then if one's working better than the other, you keep that and then split test it against another niche, for example. And guys, you want to keep the offering the same. So you want to treat it like a science experiment. You want to keep a constant and you want to have a variable and basically split test between them. So guys, I believe, like I said, we should be embracing the chaos. And what I'm doing in my personal agency is I'm embracing the chaos over on Upwork. Now, what I mean by that is on Upwork, I have no niche. I will take on any client. I will do social media management and or Facebook ads. So 2 services there in any niche, whether that be e-commerce business, whether that be a restaurant, real estate agent, gym owner, any niche possible. I'll take on music artists. I'll take on crazy like plumbers, for example. Guys, I've never worked with like most of those niches, but I'll still take them on. The reason is because I want to get to that 10K per month mark as quickly as possible, see which niche is actually working and which are actually willing to pay me, because that's when you actually get proof of concept. It's all well and good saying that I have a hypothesis that, you know, this niche is going to respond this way to the actual offer that I'm going to put out to them and the market message I'm going to put out to them. What you need to do is actually get proof of concept, actually go and get paid by that person in that niche offering that service. Then you know that it works at least. Then you kind of triple down and double down on that. And that's what I'm doing over on Upwork. I'm just going and embracing the chaos over there to build my agency to that 10K per month mark. And then when I get to that 10K per month mark, I then can start putting in better infrastructure, such as, you know, really niching down, only offering one service to one niche, and having cold callers set in place, because I'll then have the financial resources to pay them to do that sort of stuff. And then I have the money to basically pay for a full-time in-house, maybe not in-house, but like a real permanent team member. So like an actual media buyer, for example, that's an expert at generating leads for the real estate niche, for example. Now over on LinkedIn, it's a little bit different, because my strategy on LinkedIn is you have to be niche down, because I'm trying to get inbound leads that way. This is different. When people are looking at your profile, they want to see that you're for example, a specialist in the real estate industry. So I am keeping my LinkedIn and my Upwork completely separate. I'm doing two different things on there. LinkedIn for me is basically a inbound strategy for me, where I use niche authority in there. And to use niche authority, you have to be a specialist in one area, offering one service to one niche. But guys, I hope that I haven't confused you too much. I mean, if you're like brand new to this, like you haven't had a client yet, I believe you should be embracing the chaos, trying to see what works first. Once you find something that works, stick to it. If you already got a couple of clients, then obviously stick to that. And if they're in different niches, that's cool. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like, why would you want to strip back stuff if the shit that you're doing is working? Like, why would you want to remove revenue from your own pocket, remove income from your own pocket? That's stupid. Don't do that. Continue doing what you're doing until you cap out and realize that I cannot physically scale any further because I'm too stressed, too overloaded with work. Then you can start talking about putting systems in. There's no point putting systems in if you've got no clients. Like, who the fuck cares if you've got like a crazy onboarding system, or like a really automated way of communicating with clients, or this system, that system, when you've got no clients, guys? It makes no sense whatsoever. Or if you've got like one client, no one really cares about that, guys. It's when shit in business, and if you look at any business, they start off with just embracing chaos. Then when shit starts hitting the ceiling, hitting the fan, or whatever the saying is, then they start introducing systems so they can actually scale further past that cap, basically. So they embrace the chaos until a certain threshold. They notice that there's a cap, there's a ceiling to what they can do with the way they're operating now. Then they have to kind of drop back a little bit in order to put in certain systems, so they have to leverage their financial resources, so that makes their revenue drop, but then they can scale straight past that. So guys, with that being said, I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from, and I hope that you take this ideology and the way I'm thinking, this perspective, and import it and just put it into your business. Embrace that chaos, get to that 10K per month mark, or 20K, 50K, whatever the number is for you. Cap out and then put the systems in place to scale past that. And I believe that's how all businesses should basically run. Don't put the cart before the horse here, guys. So guys, before I wrap up this video, if you guys are needing one-on-one help with me, there are two options you have right here, right now. You can either jump in on my 4-week mentorship program, or you can have an individual single call for those who don't want to commit to a 4-week program. Now the 4-week program is you get one call with me one-on-one once each and every week for 4 weeks straight, and the calls last around 1 hour, but I normally go over to like 2 hours because I want to make sure that, you know, you're seeing everything on my screen that I'm clicking on. I'm very thorough with the way how I teach you. I don't leave any questions unanswered. I make sure that, you know, all your questions are answered and you understand completely fully that if I leave you off this camera and go off this call, that you know exactly what you're doing, the exact next steps. I'm very monastic in the details, very focused on the details, very detail oriented, as you guys can probably tell. But I love to make sure that you guys understand what you're doing. The 4-week program is a complete A to Z on how to start your social media marketing agency and get your first client within 30 days of completing the actual program. And I also have a link below where you can actually go and sign up for that. I also have, again guys, just one-on-one coaching calls, which are single 1 hour coaching calls. So if you guys have like questions, I know that this there's people out there that don't want a 4-week mentorship program, but they just want a call maybe where they can just come in and ask me like 5, 6, 7 questions, 10 questions or whatever it is. So I've created a Q&A style coaching call where you can actually come in and I can basically just look over the questions you pre-write, and you kind of dictate exactly how the call is going to go. So let's say you have questions about onboarding, you have questions about contracts, you have questions about the best methods of outreach, or questions about using Upwork, for example, or getting your first client, setting meetings, whatever it might be. You can ask me any question related to SMMA or business or personal branding or YouTube, whatever it may be. You can ask all those questions. You can write all those questions down in the application form. When you fill it out, I'll be able to see those questions and prepare ahead of time. And then when we jump on the call, you can just ask me those questions and I can go straight through them, give you the most up-to-date, no BS, no fluff type answers, and make sure that you guys are getting your questions answered, because I know what it's like being on the other end of these YouTube videos, because I've been there myself, should I say. And you just want maybe just an hour call where you can jump on the call with somebody for really cheaply and just get your questions answered just quickly right there and then, and maybe, you know, work out something on screen where you can actually I can show you exactly what I'm doing. So that's why I created those, guys. But with that being said, guys, if you want the link for those, the link's in the description. I'll probably put it in the comment section as well. But guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope that you found some value in this. If you have, please drop me a like, comment and subscribe. It really helps me out with the algorithm, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.